Hey, what's up, guys? Not really a news or anything. It's more like a vlog, I guess. But we're gonna talk about all of the zombie stuff that's been coming up lately. And I know, it's not really zombies yet. It's not like brain dead, rising from the dead people. But they're doing some crazy shit. People are eating people's faces off and stuff like that. Whatever it is causing this to happen, whether it be drugs or whatever. I don't know, but um, it makes me think things like, for one, um, there's another story I'm doing. I think later on tonight or tomorrow. I don't know when I'll get it out, but there was a high school last month, I guess, that they had to quarantine everybody in the gym, and then there was two, like a classroom full of kids and a couple teachers, a reading room or whatever, where basically out of nowhere everyone started breaking out in rashes and stuff like that. It was a big enough ordeal that they brought out the guy. You know what a hazmat suit is, like the quarantine looking, like the plastic suits with the mask and all that. They brought out all that kind of stuff. They quarantined the people that were in the room, took them to another location to be checked out, and they put everyone else in the gym to make sure it didn't get out into the community or whatever. But anyways, they said they did tests. They couldn't find any kind of chemicals in the air or anything that could have caused these rashes. Like, they said people were breaking out in hives and rashes all over their body out of nowhere, all of a sudden, the whole class. But what could that have been? I don't know. But basically what I'm getting at is all right, here's what we got. We got December 21st, 2012. Mayan calendar ends on that day, and people think that's the end of the world. We got people thinking there's going to be a zombie apocalypse. We got, in the recent years, we have had like swine flu and now like rashes, people breaking out with stuff they don't know how they got it. People just acting completely crazy and psychotic altogether. Nothing on a mass scale yet. Like, not like right now we haven't had like a epidemic of people just like going wild and eating people's faces yet. So, and if we did, then they probably would call it a zombie apocalypse, no matter how these people got to that point of doing that. But you piece that together, and this is going to be maybe I don't know how long this is going to be, but you piece all this stuff together, and then it starts making me think like, what's going to happen anytime. I mean, if maybe not December 21st, 2012, but what if something crazy happens that causes the earth to, like, the world we live in to not be the same? Like, a good movie, if you haven't seen it, especially for you younger guys, it's called Mad Max. It's like a 70s movie. It's got Mel Gibson. It's really, really good. The quality of the film, it's the 70s, so it's not going to be like a bunch of like glossy, eye-catching screens, but it's a really good movie. And it's about kind of like the end of the world, I guess you could say. Or the end of the world. The better term is the end of the world as we know it. Which means, no hanging around on your computer with your cell phone, blah, blah, blah. Because, all of that stuff would actually cease to exist. Because one of the first things would happen in a big, huge worldwide catastrophe would be the power grid would go down. So then you would lose electricity, internet, all that kind of shit. So, my question to you guys is, have you even thought about this? Like, I've watched shows where they show, like, what would happen. I watch a lot of TV. I only watch a couple channels, but they had, shows about what would happen if, the power grid went down and, we lost internet, we lost TV, we lost electricity, and all those kind of things. How long it would it take for the normal family to, like, run out of supplies if they weren't prepared. I watched Doomsday Preppers when these people got, like, massive amounts of stuff. And then the Doomsday Prepper people, the TV show says, well, with 4 people in your family, this is only going to actually last you about a month. I don't know what we would do if we didn't have, city water and things like that. Where would you get your water from? The stores, okay, look, And this is what makes me think about it a lot. I don't have the money to be a doomsday prepper, but damn it, I need a cigarette because I'm gonna be talking for a minute. But the stores, they have water and stuff. But what would happen is if everything shut down within the first week of this incident, you would go to the store and basically have to fight. Because you won't be able to buy shit. The registers will be down. It'll be crazy. People will be running around. So you're basically going to have to possibly fight or kill someone to get the supplies you need. And, then you get the supplies. You have to get them to your vehicle. Then you still have to get them to your house. You have to worry about think about all the things you're going to have to worry about. If you try to stay in your house, right, you're going to have to worry about looters trying to break in. If you do get supplies, you're going to have to worry about people trying to break in to kill you to get your supplies. There's a lot to think about in a apocalypse type situation, a pandemic, or whatever. I'm just going to name a few movies. Mad Max, Contagion, 28 Days Later. If you're going in the zombie way, 28 Days Later, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. There's all these movies, and they all got these things like, this is what you do, this is how you do it. But in reality, a lot of this, we don't know. Just say, if somehow we did have a zombie apocalypse, only thing we know is video games and movies have told us, shoot them in the head, and, this and that. What if that don't work? What if you have to do something different? What if the only way to kill a zombie is to chop them up in little pieces so they can't move anymore? I don't know, it'd be crazy because we'd have to figure these things out as we go, and most of America would not be prepared for the situation because of course any apocalyptic or whatever you want to call it, end of the world type situation as we know it, you're going to have to get weapons. Weapons and food are going to be the key because you're going to need food and water to survive. But you're going to need weapons because you're going to have... Think about this. All the crazy people in the world right now, what would happen if the power grid went down and no one had any form of communication? These crazy motherfuckers would be out on a spree. They would be out fucking people up because the police are going to be too busy. They know the police are going to be too busy trying to figure out what's going on. And what if the police are just fuck it, we got to take care of our own families. No power, no radio, no whatever. We're just going to fend for ourselves. But, all this stuff makes me think, say we get in this situation and you luckily have, some food in your cabinet. For one, all your shit in your refrigerator, if the power goes out, you're done. You're pretty much done on that end. You're not going to be able to go out and buy ice to keep that stuff cold. So you're going to be relying off a lot of canned goods and, stuff that you can make without having to refrigerate it. If you want to cook stuff, there's no electric, so you're going to have to start bonfires in your backyard. Then again, you're exposing yourself to looters and everything else if you're doing that because, they're going to see that and they're going to come. But... how are you going to eat? How are you going to drink? Most of our society is not prepared to go back to the way we used to get food, which would be to hunt it. A lot of us live in, in cities. How are we going to hunt anything? Dog, where you going? How are we going to hunt anything? We'd have to go out to the country to do that. And then, say you kill you a deer. How are you going to get it home? You got to clean it. You got to gut it. Then you got to cook it. You see what I'm saying? There's so many variables of, what could you do and what would you be able to do. But most of us don't hunt. And a lot of us, the people that have, I've went hunting twice. I don't hunt, but I've went. A lot of hunters will tell you, hunting a deer, you might sit there for 5, 10, 15 days and never catch a deer. My phone's ringing. Hold on, let me shut this off. Let me answer this. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah.
Hey, Todd.
Yeah.
It's Jerry.
Oh, what's up, Jerry?
All right. Hey, look. I put your plumbers on.
Mm-hmm.
I done put the plumbers on, and then I just took the wheel off, checked the back one, but heck, I done put the plumbers on. And I'm quite sure you keep hearing that squeak. It has to be in your back one.
It is in the back ones?
It's got to be your back one.
Okay.
Because they're awful thin. But I done put your front ones on.
Okay.
So it be your back ones doing that squeaking. And I don't know what you want to do is take one back off the front, then you get the back one.
Oh, was there not enough brakes in there for the whole thing?
Huh?
There wasn't enough brake pads in there for the whole thing?
Well, on the back is more thinner than the one was on the front, okay?
Right, right.
So your squeaking, your squealing noise has to be coming from the back.
Right, right.
But I done put your plumbers on.
Right. But you're saying you don't have any back brakes?
I don't. I mean, you have brakes, but you'll still hear that squeak, till you get replaced with some new ones.
Okay, so I need to buy back brake pads, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, because I just took it off to check. So I got your front ones on, but you need it backwards, okay?
Okay, yeah, I'll come back. I'll come by here in a minute.
Okay, because you can come, I'm getting ready to just put the tar on and I'll be through with it. I'll put this pad back on, okay?
Okay.
You're back on, all right.
All right. Thanks, Jerry. My bad, guys. That's my Uncle Jerry. He's putting some brakes on my car. But anyways, let's see if I can work my old magic and come back on this commentary. We're gonna end it here soon, but like I said, this is just something for you guys to think about. If a situation came about to where you had to fend for your life, there's a lot of different things you got to think about. Like I'm not saying everyone should worry about it, but this is something good to think about because it could possibly happen, and if it ever does, you want to be somewhat mentally prepared for it. And like I said, hunting your food. What the hell is this? I don't want that. All right. Oh yeah, finally got a cell phone. I got my Call of Duty 4 on there right now, but hunting your food is not as easy as people would think. For one, you got to be able to aim. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much stuff that we're not prepared for. Like, basically, what I'm getting at is, as a society right now, we have been kind of pampered. We go to the grocery store right now and get our food. We have city water. We have all this stuff that, 50, 60, 70 years ago, a lot of people didn't have. We rely on the internet. We rely on TV. We rely on all this stuff. Like, how many of you have a radio in your house right now that takes batteries? How many of you have the batteries to go in that radio? One thing they might have to resort to is called shortwave radio if, everything went down. And I'm sure most of us don't have those. I don't have that, but I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'm just gonna let you guys know in advance. I'm gonna be busy, so I'm not gonna be able to comment back as much as I usually do. But if you leave me a question, something in a question form in the comments, I will definitely always try to answer those, even if it takes me a minute. But definitely want to interact with you guys, and you guys can also interact with each other in the chat. Let me know what you think about all this, if I bored the shit out of you, if there's anything like this that you would like me to talk about, and things like that. And for the people that like Conspiracy Times, I kind of consider this along the lines of Conspiracy Times, and I have some other topics like this that I'm going to do in this format, and probably not call it Conspiracy Times, but I'm going to probably stick it in the Conspiracy Times playlist. I don't know. But for those people, yeah, that's where if you see anything new pop in there. And I'm going to get out of here, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this 14-minute and something of me rambling. And sorry about the phone call in there. Peace.